So you just watched Cat Cora give us her secrets to how to plan the ultimate barbecue party. Now she's going to give us an in-depth look on how to create the perfect sides and refreshing drinks to set the mood and have it all come together. All right, Kat, so you're going to show us how to make your beet salad with tangerine vinaigrette. It sounds fantastic. What do we do to get started?
Well, the first thing is just take a little shallot. We're going to make the vinaigrette. So I've got this beautiful little shallot, and it's really just a fine chop. And, you know, I wanted something that's really fresh to start off the meal because I have all these flavors going on with the barbecue sauces.
And the sauces, the meats.
So you need something that's just really simple, farm to table, and fresh. I mean, it's really a great way to start off a meal.
Great.
So what I'm going to do is just make the vinaigrette. I'm going to have you help me here. So a little bit of shallot goes in. And then I'm gonna have some of my tangerine olive oil.
I can smell it from over here.
A little bit of white wine vinegar goes in, then just a little bit of cracked pepper, salt goes in, and then you can whisk that up. And then what I've got here is some beautiful golden beets. Now you can use, in the springtime and the summer, you have chiogas, which are the pink ones, you have the red beets. I like to use the golden beets or the chiogas because they don't leach out into your salad or what have you. On this salad in particular, what I chose to do with this menu was really just keep it simple, beautiful, and lovely. So what's perfect is just having a little bit of arugula. This is nice and peppery, as you know. A little bit of texture to it, a little bit of crunch to it. The sweetness of the beets, the peppery of the arugula really is a great contrast and balance as well. And then I'm just gonna season it a touch. I always give a little bit in the beginning of seasoning, a little bit in the middle, and a little in the end. And that way you don't add too much. Exactly. Now what I'm gonna do is add some really super paper thin sliced red onion. Not too much, you know, just a little bit around. And then we're just gonna pour over the vinaigrette. Give it a quick toss. I'll see how nice and thick I got. And it's got that really great aroma of the tangerine in it. And that also enhances the flavor of the beets as well. Toss it up.
So we have the tanginess of the vinaigrette and kind of that juicy sweetness of the beets with the peppery arugula. And it's beautiful, just like that.
There you have it.
So
that's simple.
Kat, this platter looks beautiful, and I know that you're going to fill them up with your own line of food. So let's talk about them.
All the products are all natural. They're directly from the islands of Greece. We've got olives, we've got sauces, tapenades, I've got great olive oils. Frankly, it's just been a fun time, like creating, you know, products, you know, that people really, really can relate to and enjoy.
And all of these products are available at catcora.com. Kat, this platter looks beautiful. There's so many things going on. Tell me about all of the things that you chose.
Well, obviously the pepperoncinis, which are my favorite, are my olives. And then I've got a pepper manchego, which is great. I love manchego and my kids love it. And then also just a cured salami here, which is great, and a fennel salami on this side, and then some sesame crackers. And this is a simple way to get the party started, and you know, you can make this ahead of time, which I love to do.
Make it ahead of time, keep it in the fridge, add the crackers, and this just looks beautiful. It's all about presentation.
It really is.
Okay, Kat, so now we're gonna learn how to make your bruschetta with 3 toppings, not 1 topping. She's chosen 3, and I love that there's a variety. So let's talk about some of them.
Yeah, so what I have here is I have a roasted red pepper, caper. It's got a little basil in it and lemon juice. And then what I do is I take my honey and thyme vinegar, it's like a balsamic vinegar actually aged, and I add just a drizzle in there, which is delicious. It just gives it a little richness to it and complexity. And then the second one here is a feta, kalamata, and mint.
Very Greek, very Mediterranean.
Very Mediterranean, gotta have that on the table. And then a very classic tomato, basil, olive oil, salt, pepper.
This is really nice because when the meat isn't ready or the salad's not ready, your guests can kind of pick at this, and it's a little bit of finger food for them.
Absolutely, have something out. I mean, I'm always about, you know, not making people wait when they get there to get a drink or get something to eat. You know, always have something out at your party immediately. All right, so what I'm gonna do now is I've got some really great baguette here. So if you want to just brush these a little bit, and I'm gonna got the grill over here started. Now I put it on high, got it really nice and hot, and then I'm gonna turn it down to medium for this because this is bread. And it can burn really quickly, and it's delicate.
We just want to give it a nice little grill mark, toast it up so that really the toppings are just gonna melt right in.
Exactly, and so just give it a little bit of pinch of sea salt. I like to put just even a touch of pepper on there. Unless I'm doing it for my kids, and I usually leave the pepper off. So now we just set these over. I'm gonna put these on the grill. I'm gonna just put these right on my heat here. You can hear the sizzle already, right? You wanna spread them out, you know, really well on the grill. Make sure there's plenty of room in between. These usually only take about 5 or 6 minutes total. So a few minutes on each side should get nice and crisp. These are looking great. So literally it's quick. Once they start cooking and that oil hits, it's gonna go. So these are fantastic.
Beautiful.
So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put these back on the tray, and then what if you could do is take it, we're gonna do the classic bruschetta where we just take the garlic and we brush it on, we rub it on the hot bread. So I'm putting the Asiago, I'm putting this cheese onto the roasted red pepper one. So now you can just start topping them.
Okay.
You start there with the roasted red pepper. I'll start with the Kalamata olive.
Beautiful.
And make sure you get some. It should fall off a little bit. Don't be too stingy with it. And then I'm gonna take some basil here and I'm gonna start mixing this tomato and basil one.
And again, you can make all of your bruschetta toppings ahead of time so that the flavors really marry together.
Absolutely.
And Kat, we're gonna put this cheese on top of the peppered one.
Mm-hmm. Just put a few slices on there. I'll start this one here. You could actually set up a little table.
Bruschetta bar.
A little bruschetta bar, exactly. And have people come over and make their own, how they want it.
And since we are gonna have those rich sauces in the barbecued meats and the shrimp and so forth, we wanna keep everything else light.
Exactly.
Oh my gosh, Kat, this looks fantastic and beautiful. And now we're gonna make the sangria. All right, Kat, so we know that a really delicious cocktail sets the mood for your barbecue and really makes everyone have more fun.
Yeah, it kicks the party off.
I see some gorgeous fresh fruits right here.
I'm gonna make my white peach sangria, which is fantastic. And it's a really good, different type of sangria. You know, we're used to the red wine, it's heavier. This is really light and refreshing. I'm gonna ask you to put a couple scoops of ice in there.
Right.
Get it really nice and chilled. You can also make this without the ice. Just start it in the morning, put it in the refrigerator, have it nice and cold when you get home and ready for the party to start. Great. I'm just gonna start pouring in some peach puree there. Lovely. And you can just take some really great peaches, puree it really, really, you know, smooth in your blender, and there you go. It's super simple and easy. What I'm gonna do in traditional style of the sangria is add some lemon, some oranges, nice slices of lime, and that's so pretty.
And what makes sangria is when you can see all the gorgeous, yummy fruits that have soaked up the wine and soaked up the brandy, and it just looks great.
You gotta have some peaches, of course, some whole peaches. Now, if you're gonna make this ahead of time, I would add the peaches last. So we're gonna add in about a half a cup of brandy.
Okay,
perfect.
So half a cup of brandy per 2 bottles of white wine.
And then once you add that, then you just throw in your wine, and I'm using a Pinot Grigio here, and this can be anything. It could be the Pinot Grigio we're using, it could be a Sauvignon Blanc, it could be a Chardonnay even. So anything nice and light works well with this. A little bit of ice goes in. You can see the peach puree in the bottom. Oh,
look how
gorgeous.
beautiful that is.
That is so pretty. And there you go. That's the white peach sangria.
Oh,
it's perfect
wonderful.
and refreshing. If you want to add this is optional.
Okay.
Because this is already good the way it is, but if you wanted to add a little more richness to it, you could actually add a little bit of orange juice to it. It's a hot summer day. You need to have some refreshment.
And then for the guests that maybe prefer non-alcoholic, you have something that looks just as beautiful.
I do. This is always a good option, you know, even between the drinks, is to have something like this, or for the kids, people who don't want to have any alcohol, this is perfect. So what I'm adding in here is I'm just adding in some apple. You can add whatever's in season, fresh fruit of any kind and all kinds. So I've got some blackberries, a few grapes can go in like this. Strawberries are lovely. Look at that, just throw those in, a little bit of apricot. And then what we're gonna have is just add right in there a little bit of white grape juice. Clear, light, as you can see, with some of my flavors here. A heavy cranberry or a heavy berry juice. Again, won't stay as light and fresh.
And it's not gonna let this beautiful fruit that we just put in the picture kind of shine.
Exactly, that's the point, is letting that shine. And I put some mint in there as well to really freshen it up. You know, also throw in a little citrus, why not? Just to have some citrus in there. It's always a good thing because that always brightens the flavor of any kind of water. And a couple of bottles of sparkling water.
Really simple to make. We have the mint, those nice herbs, fresh fruits, anything you have, anything that's in season, and then top it off with a little bit of sparkling water. And look how beautiful that is.
So pretty.
Gorgeous.
There you go.
All right, well, I'm dying to try your sangria.
Okay, here we go.
We just learned how to create 3 gorgeous side dishes, from a beet salad with a tangy tangerine vinaigrette, a gorgeous olive platter, and bruschetta with 3 toppings, plus sangria and a fresh fruit spritzer. Be sure to check out our other videos as Cat Cora teaches us how to master the grill and how she pulls off a gorgeous backyard barbecue. Kat, thanks so much for being here.
Yeah, great being here. Thank you. Cheers.
I'm Brandy, and we'll see you next time on Pop Sugar.